Welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. Edward here, and thank you for joining me on my channel, you guys. Today, we're going to talk about the Magic Keep. Why? Because, really, I need to farm blue potions here. I have many champions in my champion pool that are big, that are actually Magic Affinity. Miscreated Monster, I need to get my Apothecary up. Captain Timelia there as well. So there's a few ones that I need to get. So I need to focus on my Magic Keep now that it's actually open today. So let's get into this and let's talk about it. Each different affinity keep. Each boss has a different skill set, a different set of challenges that makes it harder or at least different and a little more difficult to actually tackle and accomplish and beat the boss itself. So today let's focus on what are some of the things that you need on your team to be able to successfully get through the Magic Keep. You see, I've got it all the way open to stage 14 here, all the way up to actually, I probably could pull off 14. I just did 13 yesterday. But personally, what I have found is for the time it takes, for the energy it takes, and for the rewards I get, stage 10 is usually my favorite one to actually run. It goes pretty quick, pretty fast, pretty smooth, and you still get the good rewards out of it. So let's let this run through real quick. So the Magic Keep, the boss itself, the boss applies on itself some major buffs every 3 turns. I'm pretty sure it's every 3 turns. Once it gets to be once it's out there. One of them is this massively huge shield. I believe it's about a 50% of its HP. Let's find out. Places a shield buff on this champion for 3 turns. Places a 50% increased attack buff and a 30% increased speed buff and a 60% increased defense buff on this champion for 3 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's max HP. Okay, it doesn't actually say just how much, but it's a big shield. As you can see, my team is currently going through it. We'll run it again so you didn't have the skill set over the top of it and you can actually see the fight. But what I've made my team, the way I've composed my team, because really, again, Raid Shadow Legends is about team composition, right? It's about what team synergy you can make with your 4 or 5 champions depending on what part of the game you're actually playing. Let's replay this, run this again. And what I've done with my team is focused primarily on, I've got 2 nukers. I got my Queen Eva and I got my Kale. I got my support champion, which is actually going to be Apothecary and a little bit from Mystic Hand there. My Force Affinity to right next to the Kale right there. Those are my 2 actually support champions. And I've got, I can never say the name properly, Ogryn Jailer. I've also got 2 that are actually focused on removing and or stealing buffs. That's going to be my Ogryn Jailer, my Mystic Hand. You can see my Mystic Hand has a shield right there, because you can actually steal the buff from this champion. And that's the kind of team that I want for this keep. I want to be able to take the buffs and remove the buffs off the champion, off the actual boss itself. I don't want to have to blast through that shield every single time. So I've got champions in there that can actually just remove the buffs off. Just strip them away, remove them, steal them for I can use them, and then I can use them against them, and I can actually then clear through the champion pretty quickly. That's why I've got the nukers. I got Queen Eva and I've got Kale. They can blast through some decent damage. So once I can get that shield pulled off, see, he turned the tide. He just stole the shield. They can put some damage on it. While the shield's gone, I'm doing, look at that, 2/3, 3/4 of the damage of the HP gone. Puts a new shield up. Now I got to work my way through that shield. Unless he can remove the buff right out. Shield's gone. He can prevent more buff from going back on. And boom, round's over. That is my strategy, my theory, my idea behind the Magic Keep in general. All your Magic Keeps, like I said, they are different style bosses. They have different techniques you need to apply to tackle them and take them out. Yeah, they have different skills. The Spirit Keep, the Green Keep, he's got this ability where every turn he regenerates a certain percentage of his life. Depending on what level you are, depends on what percentage. The higher levels, it's a 50% heal regen every turn. That's insane. This one here, they got the 50% shield. I'm pretty sure it's about 50%. The attack up, the defense up, and the speed up. That's a lot of buffs. So you need something to remove buffs. The Void Keep is all about debuffs against you. So you got to put something to block debuffs or remove debuffs to strip them away, to protect yourself. The Force Keep, it's all about defense up, a ton of defense. So if you've got things that ignore defense, then you're doing pretty good. If you can create a team that focuses on a certain aspect to tackle and counter that boss, it's much easier to get through. You also got to have the balance between a team that can get through the first 2 waves as well. Hence, one reason why I still have Queen Eva and Kayle in there. Those are pretty good wave and crowd control when it comes down to it, because both of them have good, strong AoE attacks that can get through a lot of things pretty quickly. And of course, I've always got Apothecary in there, because Apothecary, he's Apothecary. I mean, enough said, right? He's an amazing rare. He's got the speed boost. He's got the turn meter boost. He's got a spot heal. That's a massive heal. And he's got a 3-hit A1. His A1 doesn't hit very hard, but primarily the reason why he's in there is for the heals and for the speed. That is why Apothecary is in there. My 2 that I have to remove the shields, Mystic Hand, he's got a heal as well. He's also got that block buff debuff that he can put on the boss. So if it stretches out like last round stretched out a bit, he can apply that block buffs on him. So we can't get through the shield, which we might not be able to get through right now, which is actually works. Perfect timing. I can show you. He might actually put it on there. Oh, we just removed the shield, so we're going to clear him out pretty quick. But a Mystic Hand can get that block buffs debuff applied to him, and then it just prevents him from putting the buffs right back on when it cycles through the cooldown. I'm pretty sure, like I said, the last 3 turns. So he's a 3-turn cooldown as well. So his buffs last 3 turns, 3-turn cooldown. Pretty much this boss will keep his buffs up the entire time, unless you can get them pulled off. And you want to be able to pull them off so you don't have to just blast through these buffs, because a 60% defense is a lot to deal with. A 50% increased attack is a lot to absorb. You want them gone. So my Magic Keep, my composition is focused on stealing those buffs off of the boss himself, so that I can use them for me, or I can just strip them off so we don't have to deal with them. That is how I focus my Magic Keep team, and it's a very beneficial strategy to apply to any of the bosses across any of the realms of the game, whether it be the magic, whether it be the keeps, whether it be the dungeons, whether it be any boss in the game. You want to build a team that's going to counter that boss so that you can clear that boss out quickly. Let me show you guys real quick what I have actually on my Mystic Hand. Where is he? Of course, I can't find him that I want to talk to him. Talk about him. He might be in my vault. Let's see. Oh, no, there he is. I saw him. Mystic Hand here. His skill kit. Let's actually go through his skill kit and actually show you why I actually use him here. So his A1. Attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a block buffs debuff. 1 turn, 1 hit, 1 enemy, 30% chance. Can be booked to a 40% chance. I don't have him booked, as you can see. That is not the primary reason why I have him. Turn the Tide. This is the skill as to why I primarily have him. Attacks 1 enemy, steals 2 random buffs from the target with a 100% chance on a 3-turn cooldown. Just build accuracy. As long as his accuracy check beats the resistance of the boss, boom, he steals 2 of the buffs. It's 2 buffs at random. The Magic Key applies 4 buffs. That's why I have 2 champions that can deal with removing or stripping buffs. His third one, heals the ally with the lowest HP by 25%, then equalizes the HP levels of all allies. As you can see, I've actually put a couple books into him. I really don't need to put books in him, because primarily what I want is Turn the Tide. He is not there to deal damage. He's just there to steal buffs. That's it. That is his role. That is his job. That is the reason why he's there. And he does his job pretty well additionally. Now, Ogryn Tribes, Ogryn Jailer. Okay, his skill set is pretty unique as well. Attacks 1 enemy, has a 40% chance of removing 1 random buff from the target from his A1. I really do probably ought to book him up, because his 40% chance can turn to a 60% chance. Will make it a little bit more efficient to clear those buffs off. And then his A2 here. Attacks one enemy, has a 40% chance of stealing 2 random buffs from the target. Places an extra hit if any buff is stolen. So, he now has 2 skills that can strip buffs off. One removes them, one will steal them. Steal 2 random buffs. The idea, the big concept, the big picture concept here is if Jailer and Mystic Hand can both steal to land their skills to steal buffs back to back at the same time, they've stolen all 4 of the Magic Keep's buffs, and I can use them against them. That's the concept that I'm using, that I'm trying to work with this team. His A3 attacks one enemy. Damage increases by 20% if the target has no active buffs. Deals more damage if we can pull everything off. Regardless, I really don't care about his damage output. The reason why he's there is to steal buffs. And if I need to, he does have an aura for increased damage. I don't need that increased accuracy. I really don't need that all that much. His accuracy is 465. His accuracy is not that high, but I have never really noticed him being resisted on level 10, which is my favorite place to farm. I do have Mystic Hand actually at a higher accuracy. If you saw that earlier, it's at 161. Plenty of accuracy. It could take me all the way to level 15 of the Magic Keep so that he's ready to roll, ready to rock. I've got him up to level 40, 4-star. I don't think I'll actually need him to take him to 5-star. Who knows? I haven't tried 14. Sorry, I haven't tried 15 yet. I think I've tried 14. So I'm double check. I know I haven't tried 15 yet. We'll see. And nope, I haven't even tried 14 or 15 yet. Let's try 14 while we're here. Live, I have never done this. I have never tried it. We're going to do fully auto, see if this works. And we'll see if I need to actually bring up my Mystic Hand. I might need to take him up to 50 just for the survivability to get through the waves. I'm not sure. Go look at that. Queen Eva did not clear that wave out, so I do not know if we'll even make it to the boss. That's the big kicker right with these two guys. I do need to build them some sustain, some defensibility, some endurance, so they can survive these waves, so they can get to the boss. So I can actually steal the buffs off the boss. Because if I can't get there, then I can't survive. If I can't survive, then it's not going to work, right? So you guys, to recap today, and let's end this video as they clear out this long wave or try to work their way through. Oh, Jailer went down. I don't know if this is going to work very well, you guys. So today we talked about the Magic Keep itself. The blue potions, the keep that gives you the blue potions, and the boss. The boss applies 4 majorly large scale buffs on itself. On a 3-turn, I believe it's a 3-turn cooldown for a 3-turn duration buff. A shield, a defense up, an attack up, and a speed up buff all on itself. All the buffs that we like to use for ourselves, she's putting on herself to use against us. And that's just not cool. We don't like that. We want to be able to do that right there. Steal the buffs away from there. Oh yeah, there's a 5th one. One of her minions puts on a block debuffs buff on her as well. And that's cruel, right? We don't want that to happen. So we need to be able to strip those buffs off her somehow. Oh, Mystic Hand just stole buffs again, but he is now about to get cleared. Boom, done, because he doesn't have the shield. All right, let's actually clear 13 here for you guys. Let's show the bigger one. But we talked about her. She's mean, as you can see. And it looks like I probably do need to take my Mystic Hand to level 5 or 5-star. The Jailer as well. Honestly, I'd rather have 2 Mystic Hands instead. I'll just dual Mystic Hand it up. Both of them have the 100% steal buff skill. So I can just rip it right off of her and use it against her. That is the focus of my team. That is the strategy I use against all of the keeps. All of the potion keeps to earn and win those potions from them. As I have a team focused to set up and counter the boss itself. This team from Magic Keep, my team is set up to do that right there. Remove the buffs and or steal the buffs. I want to strip the buffs off of the boss so the boss cannot use them against me. Because if the boss can use them against me, it makes the boss last that much longer and is that much stronger, and I don't want that. I want to be able to use it against the boss, or I want them gone so I can make the boss as weak as possible. So all my teams are focused on countering the boss. Magic Keep, strip the buffs off, use them against them. Everybody, Thank you for joining me on this video. Thank you for watching me all the way through. Hopefully my team wins here as we clear it out and we end out the outro out this video and we get out of here today, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below so you can keep checking out more of my content. Hit that notifications button so as soon as I put out a new video, boom, YouTube tells you, lets you know what's going on so you can see the next video out there, you guys. Don't forget to hit a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this strategy. If there's something I can do to better than this strategy, oh, I just lost. Oh, darn. Oh, well. Let me know what you guys think of the video, what you guys think of the content, what you guys want to see. Do you guys have a specific strategy that you use for your Magic Keep boss? All right. Take care. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, you guys. Have a good day.